What's going on, y'all? I'm sorry, man. I had to delay production a little bit because of eating breakfast. But listen, man, I have a really good show lined up. I'm actually gonna show you guys a backdrop from like a show that I kind of like watching a lot. Excuse me, let me this here, Craig. Hold on, quick. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna handle the state of affairs with the Los Angeles Lakers right now because as a Lakers fan, it's really hard to ingest all the things that we have going. It's really hard to sit back and just be okay with what I'm watching. And a show I want to use as a backdrop is a show that's been slowly being, one that I tend to like. It's called Speak. You go, with Emmanuel Acho, Shady McCoy, Joy Taylor, and James Jones. And it's just I think it's a good up and coming show because you have guys who actually played at the professional level, who have. I mean, Shady's a live wire. Shady, he's gonna do his Shady thing, which is say all kind of ill shit. But overarchingly, it's a really good show. And I gotta say, Emmanuel Acho, when he's locked in, he's really good. Now I know to some people it's a little off-putting to hear him speak because he kind of is like if I'm just giving an honest appraisal, like a Nigerian kind of lame dude. Because what I see of that archetype, and no disrespect to the Nigerians who follow the channel who watch me, but over the course of me playing sports and me learning, this is kind of this little archetype of kind of like where you kind of like you're a little socially off a little bit. So I think Acho can come off to a lot of people that way. But I think if you just really listen to him speak and he's speaking his true mind, he's usually pretty right. Now, we know with the Angel Reese situation, that didn't work out so great for him, speaking his mind, and he kind of walked his comments back. But I think in this real essence, Emmanuel Acho is really good at what he does. So shout out to Lil Rock. Good to see you, brother. Shout out to Rap God. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and comb through this, and I won't hold you too long. But I really want to go over this because as a Laker fan, this is really hard, man. It's really hard to see. It's like, and I know that the title can be a little clickbaity, but if we're being honest, these moves that we're making are just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. So without further delay, man, let's go ahead and fire this stream up. So again, we're gonna use them as a backdrop. We're gonna get through it, and thank y'all so much for being a part of this stream. And y'all would be so courteous, hit the like button. That'd be great. Subscribe if you're new, and we about to get this thing rolling. Uh-oh. All right, so I'm eating in the corner, y'all. So I'm gonna take myself off screen. So don't be judging me now. Don't be judging me, God dog it. All right, so let's get it.
They hired the coach with no coaching experience on the right of your screen. J.J. Redick has never coached an NBA game at any level in his life. Well, not only did you miss out on the coaching at first, well, then you go on and you draft LeBron's son, the 55th overall pick. Obviously, he should be easy to identify. Bronny James Jr., a high school phenom at USC. Obviously, he had a heart condition, averaged 4 points and 3 assists. He gets drafted by the Lakers. Okay, that was questionable. But then as you move on and you progress throughout the rest of the offseason, Klay Thompson, a 5-time All-Star, 4-time NBA champion.
So this right here is interesting on his face because what I was, told as a Laker fan is that nobody wanted to play with Kobe Bryant. So all the free agents who became available were just balking on going to the Lakers. And I told people in real time, it's the front office. Now, maybe a little bit of the Kobe element. I'm not dismissing that. But overall, you told me nobody wants to play with Kobe. So here we are upfield 10 more years. And now the similar scenario is occurring. Klay Thompson gave the Lakers no play. Valanciunas gave the Lakers no play. James Harden, who was also a free agent, gave the Lakers no play. So it's just funny how easily, the media, as it stands, are so with the LeBron James thing, but don't have the same smoke for him that they have for Kobe. So listen, man, a big part of this game is who you like. If you like someone, then guess what? You're going to spin it in the best way. If you don't particularly like someone, guess what? You're going to slander them. And that's what you're seeing right now. So from my vantage point, at least, that with the Klay Thompson not even considering coming to the Lakers, I thought LeBron James made everybody better. I thought as a shooter, it's your dream to play for LeBron James. Spoiler alert, it's not, because the reason why is because, yes, LeBron James does a lot of great things as an athlete. But here's what happens when you don't win. There's a good old proverbial bus there, and he's gonna throw your ass 6 ways, 6 ways out of 8 under that bus. And I think that Clay, based on what he was saying, I think he's kind of tired of being a scapegoat. Now, personally, I think that Golden State Warriors train needed to be blown up last year. So, rightfully so. In the elimination game, bro shot 0 from 11. You're supposed to be a sharpshooter. So I can understand that, there's a healthy amount of critique that he deserves. He stunk it up. But at the same time, I can see him going forward, just kind of playing more peaceful and not having all that crazy critique. So, if you're going to fly on the radar, go to Dallas, man, because that was a great piece. And if we're being honest, over Jones Jr., this is a hell of an upgrade. Because, I watched the final so many times. I see we getting deep in the studio. Appreciate y'all pulling up. We're 16 deep. Hit that like button. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to catch up on y'all comments. I appreciate y'all. But if we're being honest, man, like over Jones Jr., man, I just watched the finals, not even the finals, the Western Conference finals as well. So many open shots he's missing. Just missed opportunities. And even as bad as Clay played, if you give Clay them wide open, dead open looks like that as a third option, guess what? That's going to be cash money taking over for the 99-2000. Just saying. Let's go.
The Lakers could have used him and they wanted him. Klay Thompson chooses to go to the Dallas Mavericks instead. So as you stare at Crypto Arena, you see the tumbleweeds because no players are walking in. It's just bare bones in crypto. Nothing of promise in sight. So many people have questions about the Lakers offseason, but the most important question I will ask to the brilliant minds to the left and right of me is this. Joy Taylor, has LeBron James and the Lakers offseason been a bust?
No, I don't think so. I think it's gone like I thought it would. What's been the timeline? They fired Darvin Ham. Okay, so they hired a coach that LeBron and AD are happy with. That check, expected that. LeBron re-signed. They drafted Bronny. They weren't really in the bidding for any of these other big free agents, and they didn't get them. I don't know that it's a bust because it's completely checked the expectations that I had for LA. I think getting Klay Thompson would have been an incredible boost. But Klay Thompson has a say in this, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And
I got to stop her there. She's speaking as if we're talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder. She's speaking as if we're talking about, the Orlando Magic. We're talking about the Los Angeles freaking Lakers. So if you're telling me in the offseason you go hire a coach who's never coached before, a fourth grade team he's coached on his resume, you're telling me that you went and signed, or you went and gave a 4-year guaranteed contract for a number 50-50 pick for a kid averaging 4.8 points a game on a bad USC team? You're telling me that's by the expectation? I'm going to call bullshit on that. We're talking about the Los Angeles basketball Lakers, man. It's not about this, holding pat, just doing sensible moves. That's not who we are. Now, it should be who we are, but that's not what we do. So you telling me you added these pieces and everything is just, hunky-dory? Absolutely not. Let me get some of these comments and we're going to get back to it, man. LeBron did something Jordan can never do. Well, I think Jordan could have thrown his weight around and got Marcus in the NBA. Marcus was a better player in college. Now we're comparing a senior to a freshman. I will grant anyone that. But no, Marcus Jordan was really good. Now, Jeffrey Jordan was not good. He was terrible. But so he did something because, Mike just – we've seen over his career that's not what Mike was on. He was not about, controlling things. He's about doing stuff on the court. LeBron has always been a brand builder. So this is just another thing of what we've seen over the last, course of 20 years. That's just what he's about. So I don't see how that's a trump card at all. Those free agents a decade ago aren't winners. Yeah, I agree. And shout out to NCCU, dog. Good to see you, brother. Say the media college. That's the yeah, man. Because what you're seeing right now is LeBron James unfollowing guys like Kitchen Perkins, Rachel Nichols. They are afraid to speak against the grain. Because listen, man, they be eating good, getting exclusive content from LeBron, getting exclusive information from Clutch. But when you start to be real and objective, when you're speaking about Bronny, now he got his panties in the wad, right? And listen, man, it's just the truth. You can not like it, but it's the truth. All right, we're 20 deep. Y'all hit the like button, man. And Zen, Zen told you to do right. Say, hey, man, get off Rob's back. He got Bronny. All right, so let's get it, man.
That wasn't his preference. So it's not like the conversations weren't had and he chose to go to the Mavs. That's a better situation for him, he feels. Mm-hmm. It would have been nice to see him play alongside LeBron James. We know how LeBron is with shooters. But overall, when you look at the position that the Lakers are in financially, when you look at what they can do with trades, when you look at what the conversation was heading into the offseason and after they fired Darvin Ham, I think the Lakers have done everything that I expected them to do. So if you look at what the expectations were and thought that that was going to be a negative offseason, then I guess you could consider that to be a bust. But I don't think the Lakers are in a bad situation. I think they could be in a better situation. But outside of running into the Nuggets, which they have some unfortunate luck doing, I think they would have had a more successful.
Hey, I agree with Joy Taylor, man. Lakers not in a bad situation. We're in a horrible situation. What are you talking about, Joy Taylor? So I find it funny when people like her say, well, you're a few possessions away from beating the Denver Nuggets. Last time that I checked, shout out to Nipsey, is we lost 11 the last 12 bouts against the Denver Nuggets, meaning we're going to find a way to lose to them every time. So this notion that we're just a few possessions away to beat this team, it's just not genuine. That's not how basketball works. It's just, by the way, LeBron James turns 40 this year. AD turns 32 this year. And we still got D-Lo, who's everybody's favorite whipping boy. Where do we improve? So this notion that, we're just going to get better when Denver's still their core, late 20s. There's nothing we're going to do to better our stead. So I don't understand people like this who have this lofty opinion because of names. LeBron James is a name. AD is a name. But we're talking about what you actually produce on the court. And from what you see, the last 2 years, if you step away from this today, we're just almost about to take over and be able to beat the Nuggets. You're delusional at best. Let's go.
Successful postseason, and I don't expect them to compete for a championship at this point because of what they have on their roster. I think they're a competitive team. I think LeBron is still playing at a high level. AD is still playing at a high level, and they are a team that will go into the next year with a bit of chemistry. Maybe that will help, and a new regime. So I just don't look at it as a bust.
I disagree, and I want to ask you some questions because when I look at this Lakers team, right, you are right. AD is still playing at a high level. LeBron is still obviously playing at a high level, right? You get 2 draft picks. That's it. So when we look at the West, right, the 3 top teams in the West, this is any guess. You would say the Nuggets, you would go the Mavs, you would go Minnesota, Thunder. And let's say the Thunder. That's 4. So we just named 4 teams. So how can it not be a bust when all them teams?
Listen, man, Shady usually with his basketball takes are god awful, but Shady is on point all the way, man. Like we're talking about the Los Angeles basketball Lakers, and she's glossing over this as if we're just some, team out in the fatherland, just a team that just kind of fills a gap in like the Kings or whatever. Man, it's another young team who's still on the rise. Like this is the Lakers we talking about here, man. Come on, man.
Majority of them got better. Right? They got better, and some of them was already good, like the Nuggets, where when we look at the roster for the Lakers, you always say you can't win with this roster. You can't go super far with this roster. So why gotta make no?
Absolutely, and I got to say this. You cannot go far with this core group, and shout out to FYF Sports. He had a panel, and I was going to kind of go into this, but it's just when you got 11 dudes on a stream. I'm good, man. So I will bow out every time. But what I was trying to convey to that group of young men is that when you watch the Lakers play, we cannot impose our will in any capacity of the game. We can't dominate in the post. We can't dominate from the outside. We can't dominate in transition. We're just a team that kind of just hangs around. If you watch the Lakers, man, listen, sometimes we'll build a big lead, we'll lose it. We're down a whole bunch of points, and then we'll come back. We never just can command a game, generally speaking, from beginning to end because we're just that damn good, because we're just that damn dominant. That's not what the Lakers are. So when I see people speak about it, I'm just like, you're speaking about our situation in bad faith, because when you really watch us play, there's nothing to build from that core. Again, y'all put this on a t-shirt. You don't get better at 40. LeBron James is not going to be better next year. Is he going to put up numbers? Absolutely. He puts up numbers. He stays in games longer than he should be because he's very cognizant of that. But when you watch him play, it's that little delay, dribble, then a three-point shot that looked like he took from Chris Paul. He only can play, he catches like about post range or free throw line extended with the sweep through and barrels to the rim, which is very hard to stop him there. And that's pretty much the long and short of his game. Well, he's having his turnaround jumper. It's kind of been his thing too. But ultimately, when you watch LeBron James, you're not watching a dominating performance. Am I lying? So why do you think at 40 he's going to be better? Why do you think bringing in Bronny James is going to improve? Y'all watch Bronny James play? This dude can't score off the dribble. He's 6'1", 6'2". He can't score off the dribble. His shot is atrocious. Now, he can hit in flurries, but the numbers don't lie. The numbers said you shot 27% from three, bro. That is horrible. So I'm supposed to, you supposed to sell me on this for a guy who is a point guard size, who can't play point guard, who by the numbers cannot shoot, and he cannot score off the dribble. You need a ball screen. He has like this little weak floater. He likes to go left like his dad, but he finishes right with the floater. You telling me that's something that's going to save the Lakers? Listen, man, I got some oceanfront property in Wisconsin to sell you, man.
No moves, though. LeBron James said, listen, guys, I will not get a max contract. I will save some money for y'all to go out there and get some help because we all know they need help. They need some shooting, they need some more defense, and maybe one more solid role player. They didn't get none of that. So LeBron said, okay, y'all don't get nobody. I'm going to get my max deal. That's what he did. 2 years for 104. Right. So my thing is, it has to be a bust all season because LeBron James and the Lakers is all about championships. The reason why all Laker fans were so mad about this year's playoff run, not because they lost to the Nuggets and only won one game. No, it's because the Celtics, they won a championship, right? Well, it was tied, right? Now the Celtics have the lead. I'm talking about the banners. Yeah. So it has to be a bust for Lakers because they didn't do nothing better to improve this roster. Yes, you had a new rookie coach, right? He's a rookie coach. Even though he has some veteran coaches on his staff, he ain't out there shooting no threes or blocking no shots. So make a rookie's job easier. What we got to do? Get better players. This roster is not good enough to win a championship.
Understatement of the year. Hell no, we ain't good if we win no damn championship, man. And rest in peace and shout out to Uncle Bullwinkle. Hell no to the no to the hell no. We ain't even no goddamn champ. What we talking about here? What we talking about here? So, I like Shady because he's a little cantankerous, and you can tell that he does. Besides Coach Prime, and when you talk about anything Philadelphia Eagles, you can just throw those takes out the window because he has an undying loyalty to those things. But anything else, he speaks his mind like a young person will, meaning that he's not very he's not compromised in anything besides Philly stuff and Coach Prime stuff. He's gonna tell you his honest opinion. So I think he has value to show in that capacity because he's right. Man, we talk with the Lakers, bro. Y'all can sit here and say that these are good moves for the most expensive franchise damn in the world. You hire a coach who's coached a fourth grade level. You bring in a dude averaging 4.8 points a game, and you bring in a dude 40 years old, supposed to take us to a championship. What are we talking about, man?
I don't think the roster's good enough to win a championship, but I don't think it was good enough to win a championship last year.
That's
and I don't think that Darvin Ham was the reason why
that's what I'm
didn't win a
saying for the
championship.
offseason. Win some trades, some sign, something.
I think it's a bust, but I think it's a bust because it's a bust for the Lakers because it's a success for LeBron. LeBron's primary objective is no longer winning championships.
Bingo.
It's not winning championships.
Oh, y'all at the beginning, man. Acho, when he's on point, he's on point. And then when he started walking shit back, that's when I stopped listening to him. But when Acho is in his first mind, he is on point.
Because if his primary objective was to
shout out to my guy Pablo Escobar, man. Good to see you, Pop.
Win a championship, I don't know that JJ Redick would be the head coach. If his primary objective was to win a championship, I don't know that he would be playing for the Lakers. If his primary objective was to win a championship, I don't know that Bronny James would be on the team. So I don't think LeBron's primary objective is to win a championship. I think the Lakers and LeBron James have two different goals. LeBron's primary goal.
Hey, when you cooking, you cooking. Acho is cooking. I'm telling you, I literally tell you, man, Acho is cooking.
Was to play with his son. He did everything within his power to play with his son, and he did. And I'm happy for LeBron for doing that because I'm a LeBron James fan. I'm not necessarily a Lakers fan. Now, if you're a Lakers fan,
so now he about to go into my lane because I'm not a LeBron James fan, but obviously I'm a Lakers fan. You see what's going on with the team. So this is where the conundrum is. Like when we sit here and listen to all these people tell us how to be a Laker fan and how we should love LeBron James, the whole time Clutch Sports has been playing their own game within a game. So you can't force me to like this bullshit. You cannot force me to like this. So, and Acho's about to breach the topic of the whole thing of what's going on is that as a LeBron James fan, you got to love every move. You want to see his boy coming in, and that's a beautiful thing. Black nepotism. You know what I'm saying? They're checking all the boxes. But from a Laker fan perspective, this is horrible, man.
You should have your concerns because the Lakers and LeBron are serving two completely different masters. They serving two completely different gods. The Lakers are serving the god of winning. LeBron James is serving the god of playing with Bronny James and having a coach who he knows well and putting him in his own position of power. So for LeBron James, the offseason was a wild success. And shout out to LeBron for doing that. But for the Lakers, you didn't get better. You didn't get the coach you wanted. Your roster didn't prove in the nature that you wanted. And like Shady already said, all the teams that were already better than you have continued to get better than you. So how could the Lakers offseason be a success? I don't think it's been a success. I think it's been a bust. But for LeBron James.
Church, tabernacle, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? As a Laker fan, there's nothing to be excited about. To quote Shannon Sharp, it's some bull job. We know this. It's some bull job. This is a whole bunch of fluff. This is a whole bunch of sizzle, not a lot of substance. They had a subject, they had a segment rather yesterday with sizzle or substance. And this is all sizzle, bro. This ain't no substance to this because nobody in their doggone right mind is excited about no damn Bronny James playing for them, man. This dude, if he went back to USC, hell, would he even start next year? And we saying this is a good thing he playing for the freaking Los Angeles Lakers. What are we talking about?
His offseason's been one of the most miraculous things we've ever seen in pro sports.
How can you say that, though? Before Slick goes, how can you sit here and say that LeBron James ain't trying to win a championship? Because
he's not.
Because he signed his son in the second round of 55th pick?
JJ Redick, more importantly to me. If you're trying to win a championship, first and
Okay, let's see. Let's get back to it. They be doing this stuff. All right, let's see if the stream comes back up. Thank y'all for still locking in with your boy. All right, there we go. Yeah, it does that from time to time, man. They be hating. They be hating. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the video. I'm just gonna play it from an audio standpoint, and we'll see how that registers. But yeah, thank y'all for staying locked in with your boy. Yeah, it's some BS, man. Like this is, I'm clearly commenting and showing content, but which is supposed to be what YouTube can allow. But I mean, it is what it is. All right, so let me get back to it.
They have Scott Brooks as the head coach.
How can you say that though? Before it's
all right, so we go back into shady with this.
That LeBron James ain't trying to win a championship because he signed his son.
Yeah, that's why.
More importantly to me, if you're trying to win a championship, first and foremost, when's the last time we saw a rookie head coach like walk into a situation like the Lakers situation?
Again, when Acho is on, he is on. Why would you bring a rookie head coach? What have we seen with the Lakers landscape? And not just going to the Lakers in general. Since the Lakers have acquired LeBron James, how many coaches have we seen come and go since then? We've seen your boy Luke Walton. We saw your boy, doggone, he just got fired from Phoenix. I can't think his name for shit. But we saw him, who won a championship, by the way, and got fired the next year. And then entered Darvin Ham. So LeBron's been with the Lakers for 6 years. This is his fourth head coach. 4 coaches in 6 years. That's crazy. That's downright maniacal, man. Frank Vogel is who I was speaking about. So yeah, man, like this is a goofy little musical chair situation with coaches. And yeah, you're not going to bring a rookie head coach in and he take you to the finals and win. So you want to bring your partner on because that tells me you want things to go your way. You want a guy who you're very close to. And listen, if we win, cool. But yeah, I want my boy in the league, which again, I ain't mad at. Oh, I'm just mad because it's my team. Because he adds nothing to this, and you give him a 4-year guaranteed contract. And I'm just gonna be honest, Bronny can't play to me. He can't play. So, like you said, yeah, Lakers fan, we mad as hell.
Championship. I don't know, Shady. I don't know the last time we saw a rookie head coach. I know we saw Steve Nash and what Steve Nash did was
terrible.
So everything else
Steve Nash is terrible.
They have
Jason Kidd at first, terrible. It does not work. It does not work. Trying to think of another first-time head coach. Your boy Derek Fisher, terrible, as Charles Barkley would say.
instead of.
I don't like Scott Brooks either as a head coach.
Okay, but is there a coach that, yeah, like
I would have felt.
Yes, the Lakers could have gotten Budenholzer. They could have got Frank Vogel back. They could have also acquired. I think Doc Rivers is in limbo, but I mean, we see coaches get traded for now. Like, yeah, there's a plenty of options you could have went for, but you chose to go the route you went, which you put all your eggs in the basket on UConn guy. I forget his name. And I actually would thought that was a great decision as far as long term. Because I mean, listen, you gotta give a coach time to build a program. But JJ Redick, I mean, I'm gonna give him the same clemency anybody else, but just on inception, I'm like, I know it's gonna be a shit show. This dude can be cool, he can be down, he can be all that stuff. You know, he strikes me as an extreme players coach kind of guy. But what you gonna do in the foxhole? That's what I care about. And I don't have a high expectation of him, just being frank with you.
Better about making a decision that you know at least has proven track record. Like I would have felt better about going all in on Dan Hurley. You
Dan Hurley, gentleman.
Dan Hurley might not be able to coach in the NBA.
He might not, but at least you have a better opportunity at knowing whether or not he could because he has a resume.
And I got to say this too. That's a conundrum. You say that most college coaches don't make it in the NBA. How many times do freaking first coaches make it in the NBA? We're talking about a even smaller gap. So why would you use that as a justification for not, bringing a college coach in when the sample size is even, the production or lack thereof is even worse for a guy who has no coaching experience. Like, why is that something that you try to rebut that with? That makes no sense.
He definitely has a resume and JJ doesn't. Correct. But he has a resume in a different sport.
He does. JJ has a resume in no sport.
Correct. I agree.
Bingo.
Like, Dan Hurley is more qualified.
Correct.
100%.
That's an understatement.
There's no knowing that Dan Hurley would be successful as an NBA coach just because of that.
That is true.
this is not really like, I'm not positioning Dan Hurley or JJ Redick, but my question is there a person other than Eric Spoelstra, who again is unavailable, that could take this roster to the finals or win a championship?
I don't know that there is, but what I do know is this, and this quote, it haunts me because it was my linebacker coach, my rookie year in the National Football League, Rick Minner. And he said, if you make too many exceptions, you'll never be exceptional. And Joy, you brought up a phenomenal word. You said, I do know that Dan Hurley is more qualified. How many times this offseason have the Lakers passed up on more qualified individuals? Bronny James was not more qualified than other picks. JJ Redick was not more qualified than other coaches. So if you continue to make decisions to pass up on those that are more qualified for whatever reason, then you're not going to qualify for an NBA title if you keep making those decisions. So I agree. I don't know if there's a coach outside of a Pop or outside of a Spoelstra or outside of Mazzulla, outside of a Kerr. I don't know if there is one that could do it. But I can't even act like the Lakers are trying to do it because they keep passing up on more qualified individuals for one reason or another.
I like all of that, but here's the reason that I would say it's not a bust. It's because I can't point to any one move they could have made that would have definitively changed where they are. We can talk about all the players that they were interested in.
See, now, I like Rick Bucher a lot because he comes in and you can tell he's at the stage of his career. He don't give a shit. Rick Bucher comes in and just says what he thinks, and that's just what it is. And so what he's going to highlight is just the fact that there's no fixing this team. And shout out again, my guy, FYF Sports, I told him, there's no fixing this team. You can't go and throw, a little tweak here, tweak there, and fix this into a championship product. No, your foundation is bad. LeBron James at 40, you're not winning a championship with him. Sorry. AD with his beta male, mentality, and going to 32. His age is not really the big deal, but his injury prowess is. Listen, man, it's not 2020 no more, man. When AD was 27, LeBron 36. This is not that. So listen, bro. Ty said, "No, I'm not off. I gotta go to work in a little bit. I'm on a train back from Disney World. Salute chat, yeah, already." So, yeah, man, so what are we talking about here? So I'm going to let Rick cook before we end the stream. I promise you I won't hold you too long, but let's go ahead and do that.
All the coaches that they were interested in, but I can't look at any of them and say, you know what, if they got that guy, if they got this thing, if they made this move, they would now be championship contenders. And we've become so
y'all hit that like button, man.
When it comes to the Lakers
and
what the front office is supposed to do. They have reworked this roster at least 3 times significantly over the last 5 years. And as a result, they won a championship in the bubble, and they went to the Western Conference Finals. And 4 out of the last 5 years, they have been in the playoffs. So this idea that somehow that they are underachieving in some massive way, and if they're not competing for a championship every year, then something is wrong. And I'll go to this. This is the heart of it, because we keep thinking, okay, they got AD and LeBron, and so why can't they get the rest of it together to win a championship? Well, let's just run down just in the Western Conference, Let's run down the top duos of the top teams.
Okay, Rick is taking a funny turn on this one. I didn't listen to the whole stream, but he seemed to put the cape on a little bit. And listen, in a vacuum, we're talking 6 years of Western Conference Final appearance in a championship. That ain't so bad. Some franchises have never saw that. But if we're being honest, that Western Conference appearance from last year, 2 years ago rather, man, we have a shot here. Beat Denver, man. That's what you call an overachieve year. In my opinion, the Mavericks overachieved. So them getting Klay Thompson, like I led in with, and replacing Jones Jr., huge upgrade. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in that fold. Now with us, we weren't another piece, move to basically be in a stead to be in championship contention. That's just not the reality of what the Lakers are facing. So I think, my takes, man, listen, man, like them or not, they generally age pretty well because, I can project out pretty well. And I'm just saying that when you look at this roster, it should be from the peanut gallery. The peanut gallery kind of has this LeBron James the greatest since this, and every time he plays, some random stat gets brought up. So that tells me that there's championship expectation for him to be the greatest. So I don't want to hear this shit that we're just going to kind of tread water. Like, no, that's not good enough. Now I'll take that if this team was young and like with Lonzo and Ingram and all those guys when we had that young team. I can accept that because these dudes are all under 25 and everybody trying to figure out the game. That's fine. But when you got these dudes who have championships, who come in and like LeBron James, who has so much, influence and what have you, I'm not trying to hear this shit that we just trying to get through the season and all this goofy shit. No, I'd rather you be gone. Go do that somewhere else. If you're going to be here with your hands on this franchise like you have, listen, it's championship or bust. Or at least damn near in contention for championship. Nobody's perfect. But I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's just funny how like soft kid gloves that some people hold LeBron in regard to. Sir Ty says, address this point, who do the players in the locker room take their cues from? Generally the coach. But we're going to see. I mean, because listen, man, everything's all good until you have a conflict of interest. So we'll see. I mean, JJ and LeBron seem to be, great buddies. And that's because things are hands off right now. But when things get hands on, we're going to see what that's really about. And we're going to see if that bond stays strong and do the players, kind of take heed to both of those major influences and it leads to a winning product. My guess is no. Because I've seen nothing to think as such. All right, so let me go ahead and run a little bit more just before we get off.
The Western Conference. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Are you taking LeBron and AD over those two?
I'm not.
Are you taking them over Luka Doncic and Kyrie at this point?
I'm not.
Are you taking them over Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns?
Absolutely not.
At this point?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. All right.
You taking, hold on. Listen, man, I'm not a Karl Anthony Towns fan, but if you taking Edwards alone is better than the LeBron and AD duo. And not that he's a better player individually, but the way he plays is more tantamount to success in this era. So I don't care who you pair Anthony Edwards with, I'm taking it because that's the new wave. That's the new dominance in the NBA. So I don't understand why Shady wouldn't agree with that. That's crazy.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
Not me. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
You say Cap. What you mean Cap?
That one,
Talk
I
to
could
me.
make a case. The other ones, in terms of where they are and what I can put around them, and then let's look at the numbers. Outside of KD and Booker, LeBron and AD are making the most money. So are they playing to the level where, however you look at it, you would say, at the very least, they are the second best?
So here's the thing with this list that Bucher laid out. Shea and Chet, Luka and Kyrie, Jokic and Murray, Edwards and Cat, LeBron, AD, and KD and Booker. You know what the common denominator is? The older guys at the bottom of their goddamn list. The bottom of the guys win the freaking play-in game. The other dudes, Shea and Chet, number one seed. Luka and Irvin in the finals. Jokic and Murray won a championship last year in the second round. Just a bad matchup. Call it what you will. Then Edwards and Cat Western Conference Finals, overachieving early. So there's no way in hell you can sell me on the fact that AD and Bron can be in the pantheon with those guys. Again, I'm a big KD fan. KD's my favorite player, in fact. But reality is reality, man. You aged out. LeBron's aged out. You guys are playing guys now. Reality is reality. LBJ better than both of them. Better than both of who? Because if you're speaking about, let me look it up. Anthony Edwards. What team did he make this year? Now, if you're going to tell me that Anthony Edwards is, that LeBron is better than Karl Anthony Towns, I can't argue there. As it stands right now, is LeBron James better than Anthony Edwards? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And there's not a GM in the world that would take LeBron over no goddamn Anthony Edwards beside the Lakers because the Lakers are in bed with LeBron. The Lakers are in a situation where you've committed, so you got to see the project all the way through. But if all things equal, everything fresh, come on, man, what are we talking about, bro? If you think LeBron James better than Anthony Edwards right now, you are, and not even better from a right now standpoint, even better from a projecting out standpoint, from a franchise standpoint, we're not talking about nothing. So you may be one of those LeBron James fans like that, and that's cool, good for you. But sorry, it's just not realistic. Yeah, so Anthony Edwards made the second team, and LeBron made third team. So yeah, that kind of stomps that little baby fire out. Yes, he is. You say LeBron's better than Anthony Edwards, man. You tripping on me. Only reason Lakers won the NBA Finals because Denver got a big man. We right back in the. No, we're not. No, we're not. The Lakers. So if you don't watch, so it's you may watch basketball with a rose-colored eye perspective, but when you watch the Lakers, man, defense is a major problem. Transition offense is a major problem, and running sets is a major problem. And what LeBron James does a very poor job is playing defense. And if you guys watch the series where the Nuggets beat us, a lot of that shit is because of him. And here's why. So LeBron likes to play, free safety defensively, meaning he likes to be a rover. He likes to come over and help, because he likes the weak side block. That's his thing, or the weak side steal. What happens is smart teams, they put the 4-man on LeBron, so they just make him stay short corner. Because LeBron got that wandering eye. We learned this from like 5 years old. You see the man and ball, which means you get deeper than your man and you see the ball. LeBron James don't look at his man like that because he just trusts that player is not going to do nothing because he wants to, what you call ball watching. So what happens is when he comes and cheats over, that guy just stays there. So you saw Aaron Gordon going off in them epic games. It's because LeBron. So he doesn't play defense. So all what happened was every time, because he's a ball watcher, so he got his locked in on the ball. Aaron Gordon just stays there. So they got the first motion over to the pass, and they just pass it straight down the short corner, and Aaron Gordon monkey dunking every time. In the play-in game against the Pelicans, Zion Williamson was doing the exact same thing. So you can have all that perspective you want to. You're a LeBron James apologist, no problem. But that's the problem. Just saying. So I wish LeBron would just retire. But I mean, listen, man, I'm cool with him playing until he wants to retire. As a Laker fan, I'm just like, I'm good on the experience, man. I know what I'm watching is not a championship product, so I'm good on it. I'm good on it. You got the like button. Shout out to my guy, HBCU Overdrive, man. Yeah, I go sub up over there, man. Great content over there with HBCU content, especially the swag. Shout out to my guy, man. Good to see you, Doc. As Real says, he looked to stay wide in the rim like a damn exactly. And what people do too to him on ball. Now sometimes LeBron's really good on ball, but sometimes he's lacking. So people try to get those double ball screens to get him and isolate him. I remember most specifically when Luka was just, man, he was just headhunting LeBron. Pause to go get a ball screen so he can take him off a dribble, man. Like so. Nobody brings these points up when they talk about the Lakers. They just talk about LeBron still averages 27, 7, and 7, and blah, blah. Yeah, that's cool. But everybody, the people who are winning, you don't have to be a triple threat player, meaning you don't need this gaudy stat line of averaging 27, 7, and 7. That's not what's winning these days, right? So you can have a crop of people who do the right thing. Man, Drew Holiday, quiet as kept, was probably the Finals MVP. He ain't putting up no stat line like that. But what he does do is get guys in position to score. What he does do is play defense at a high level. And you put your team in position to succeed. It's not about putting up these gaudy numbers. Now, we know that, Jaylen Brown won. But, I mean, if we're being honest, it was more of your boy Jason Tatum. Because the Mavericks were sending 2-3 guys at him the entire series. Jaylen Brown was cooking. I give him full props. But it wasn't the same look. Let me put it that way. So, all right, so I'm going to do a little bit more of this before we peace out. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm doing an unprecedented show at the time, and I appreciate y'all clocking in with your boy.
Duo in the Western, and we're just talking about the Western Conference. Never mind all the teams in it, never mind the Boston Celtics or the Milwaukee Bucks or any of the duos in the Eastern Conference, because we are talking championships. So this is where, like, to me, the heart of it is your duo is no longer the best duo in the Western Conference. So this idea that if I just put the right pieces around them, they're going to get me there.
Okay, he brought it home.
When you think about
okay, Rick brought it home. Yes, this duo is not one of the best. It's just not. So I say this all the time. It's not going to be. This is not a problem you can fix with just adding a few pieces. The foundation is bad. Sorry, I've been telling y'all this for 2 years now. As Real says, he takes way too many plays off. Yes, he does. Defense Lakers was great when we had above average. We had above average defenses on the perimeter, interior, except Dwight, Alex Caruso, Caldwell Pope. Yeah. And then this notion that if we bring in Dwight Howard, we're gonna be good. Y'all stop it. Y'all gotta stop this, man. Dwight Howard he playing for the Shanghai chopsticks over there, man. Like, bro, no team in the NBA wants Dwight Howard services. So for this proverbial wet dream that some people say that bringing Dwight over is gonna solve our problems, it's a pipe dream, man. It's a pipe dream. You're not gonna fix this team with a few plugs here, a few plugs there. This ship is sinking. So again, bringing all things back to crescendo, bringing all things to a head. You bring in Bronny James. You bring in JJ Redd to coach this team. And we deserve where we are right now. So when you let a guy like that in clutch sports, basically dominate the decision-making and everybody just, seems so incredulous when I bring this up over the years that, well, no, it's not LeBron, that's not Rich Paul. And now that you saw the report come out from your boy Bob Myers, who said that, he broke that news about Rich told those players nobody draft Bronny or he going to Australia. You saw it right there in your lap. And here's the funny thing, too. People who said, oh, well, he drafted. Well, other people's going to draft him. So it shows he was a draftable player. No, it's called posturing. You draft him so you can use that to levy, your ability to get LeBron James. Again, as the video states on the thumbnail, he opted out. So he opted out for a straight leverage play. So a lot of people take a lot of things at face value. I don't. I look at all the optics because, listen, man, one thing I give LeBron James credit for in Clutch Sports Associates, they are very Machiavellian, meaning they do a lot of stuff that's a smoke screen here for the big play there. So when I saw him saying he wasn't going to opt in, I'm like, yeah, right. And I put this on wax. I said, man, that dude signed with the Lakers. No question. If I were the GM, if I were upper management, I wouldn't fall for that bluff. That's a straight bluff. You're trying to get me to draft Bronny, and it worked. And he says, oh, well, I'll take less money if you bring in another player. No, you're not, bro. Now, unless he got some crazy ones, but there were no crazy free agents. We just talked about that. Klay Thompson, Valanciunas, and James Harden with the three options. There was no blockbuster player to come and change life for the Lakers. What are you talking about getting now? DeMar DeRozan? I mean, we talking, 2018, we talking about something, but 2024, we ain't talking about shit bringing in DeMar DeRozan. So, I mean, again, so it's just, it's a phony gesture, but that's how LeBron roll. But anyway, that's all I got, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I got to go to work. Excuse me, but thank y'all for being part of the stream. If you guys with the like button on the way out, subscribe if you're new, that'd be great. And I'll talk to y'all soon, man. Peace.